Hey guys, I wanted to come on here and talk about this story of this white woman who used her whiteness or tried to use her whiteness as a means of getting out of a DUI arrest. And if people have been paying attention to the videos that I do, specifically those on white crime and just crime data in general, I've been told you guys that in terms of every crime, white people commit the gross amount of crimes of any race of people in this country, despite none of the factors that actually cause crime really affecting them, meaning lack of education, impoverishment. And that doesn't mean that there isn't any white people being impoverished, but if you look at them as a group, they have the most privilege in this country. They have the most wealth. They have the most education. But the reality of it is you also have a group of people who do not like to work, who feel entitled, who's never really worked for anything in their entire life. They are a lawless, criminal-minded group of people, okay? And the fact that Black people actually will say and try to promote that we are like them is really disgusting, it's disingenuous, it's annoying, and it's self-hating. Because why would you want to even equate, even if we were all the same, why would you want to be the same as them? If we were all the same, I'd still be saying that we weren't the same just based off the fact that their behavior and psychology is very different than ours. But the reality of it is all evidence when you analyze criminal commission and factors contributing to crime, all evidence says they're committing crimes for no other reason than their attitude of entitlement, their psychology, the fact that they don't want to work because they've never had to work. They don't even know how to raise their own children. So all indicators would say that their whiteness is causing their crime, no other factors, okay? And so even when you see them going out and robbing things, it's simply because they don't want to work for it. Because somebody points to me one time in history where white people work for anything that they obtained. I'll wait. Because again, they work for nothing and they exploit everybody. And that's really why they haven't segregated themselves or just all went over there to Europe. There's a reason why they haven't done that. And I'm going to need Black people to start asking them, if you don't like diversity so much and you want to have your white utopia, which nobody cares whether you have that, why are you not having it over there by yourselves? Why are you forcing your appearance on everyone else? Because if you claim you have the resources, you have the intelligence, you have the money, and you have the creativity to build this country, surely you can go build another country where other races of people are not around. Because I don't really see anybody running after white people. I really don't. And coons won't even do that because most of these coons are broke. They don't have a passport and they don't have the money to travel. So if they chose to go seclude themselves somewhere else, they would be able to do that. Nobody's stopping them. They're stopping themselves. And you need to start asking why they're stopping themselves. And I'm going to tell you why they're stopping themselves. Because they're a parasitic race and they can't survive unless they have a host to attach to and suck the life from. But you have this scenario where you have this lawless, pale-skinned caveling clearly driving while she's drunk. Mind you, most DUIs are committed by white people. Yes, they commit most of the DUIs in addition to everything else. But the question of it is, if this is such a moral, upstanding citizen, why is she driving drunk when she knows she's not supposed to? Why is she driving drunk when she knows she's not supposed to? That is the question of the day. And the reason why she is because her mentality is that she doesn't have to abide by the law because she is white, and that's why her excuse and her reasoning for getting off is because she's white. Mind you, she's not saying because she's a good person. Mind you, because she's not saying, oh, I didn't know that I was supposed to drive drunk. She's not saying, I'm sorry, I should do better. I know that I'm not supposed to drive drunk. I'm putting myself and other people at harm. She's saying no because I'm a white girl. I'm pretty and I'm thoroughbred. This is the mentality. And I'm going to play this video. And the reason why I skipped it to this Marcus, because the beginning part of it is almost inaudible. You can't hear anything that's being said. This is the start of where you can actually hear what she's saying. So the whole arrest, other than him reading her rights, I wasn't able to hear it, but I'll put this video in the link will be included with the video so you can watch it from the beginning if you want to. But I watched it, and up until this part, you can barely hear what she's saying. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video so you guys can hear it, and I'll come back with some commentary.
I was a former student. went too fast and we ruined my whole career. Please, I've never been arrested. I've never been in jail. Please, I don't want to know what it's like. I don't want to know what it's like. I'm a pretty girl. Please, don't make me go in there.
Now, I'm going to just tell you this right out the bat. She's clearly not pretty. Okay, now by white standards, and here's the thing, by white standards, it's whatever, because the thing of it is white people, they have a right to deem their people beautiful or whatever. Unfortunately, their perspective of beauty has contaminated black people and really people globally, their minds and perspective of beauty. I don't know how they're able to successfully trick everybody. I really don't. It boggles my mind, but it's the reality. Now, they said that police in South Carolina, because that's where she's at, and South Carolina sounds like trash to me. I'll never go there. But it says police in South Carolina released dash cam footage of a self-proclaimed, very clean, thoroughbred white girl begging officers for mercy after she allegedly blew past the stop sign, driving drunk at 60 miles per hour. Now, even though she's arrested and crying and claiming she's never been arrested before, do you think this arrest is going to stop her from committing additional crimes? No. This may be the first, but it won't be the last time she drives drunk. I promise you, she will continue to drive drunk, and if she doesn't, she'll go get some opioids, hopefully overdose, like the rest of them are doing, because this is just their psychology. I don't feel bad for them. I feel sick and disgusted by their very presence. That's just the reality. It says in the footage, 32-year-old Lauren Elizabeth Cutshaw can be heard rattling off her pedigree early Saturday in Bluffton as proof that she shouldn't be arrested. Please, I don't want to know what it's like, Cutshaw said. I'm a pretty girl. Don't make me go in there. The boozed up woman claimed that she had 2 drinks to celebrate her birthday before she got behind the wheel and was busted speeding through a 4-way stop sign. Cutshaw can also be heard in the dash cam video pleading with police, claiming that the arrest would ruin her career. She told officers she never had a brush with the law because she was a perfect student, high school cheerleader, and a sorority sister. Cutshaw faces charges for speeding, disregarding a stop sign, simple possession of marijuana, driving under the influence, and possession of drug paraphernalia. And if they're saying drug paraphernalia, chances are she had more than some marijuana in there, because usually if you have marijuana, you either have it rolled up as a joint or in a little bag waiting to be put in a joint. But for her, she probably had some meth paraphernalia in there. She was booked into the Beaufort County Detention Center and later released, according to court records. Now, let's look at if she was black. So if she was black and she got charges for speeding, disregarding a stop sign, possession of marijuana, a DUI, and possession of drug paraphernalia, how likely is it that she would have been released? So the thing of it is in the system of white supremacy, they heard her white crocodile tears. And they said, you know what, you are a white girl, and this system wasn't built to punish you. It was built to punish black people. So although we might be booking you in this jail, we're going to let you out. And 9 times out of 10, most of these charges will be dropped. And that is the system that you live in. And the fact that she can go off there and rattle off her whiteness as a reason, that tells you that she knows that her whiteness is a precursor to leniency in the justice system. See, because they'll sit here and pull this okey doke on black people and say, oh, there is no disparity than anything in the law based on race. But if there weren't, how likely is it that she would be using her whiteness as a reason for why she should not be taken to jail? Black people don't use this level of critical thinking skills, and they believe everything that these cavelings say to them. This is why they continue to be manipulated by them. I live my life not being manipulated by these cavelings, not wanting their approval, not wanting them anywhere near me, not thinking they're better, seeing them for who they are, and understanding that they're genetically recessive and disgusting. Black people globally, however, do not share that perspective. There may be some of them who do, but the vast majority of them don't. We know that this is a fact, that this is not speculation. This is fact. And we know that this is fact because if it weren't, we would be living a different reality. This is not anything I'm going to debate. What I will say is that they will get on social media and they will troll your posts, and they'll try to tell you that nothing is based on race. But then look at what she did the minute that she got into a situation where the law was a factor and her going to jail was a factor. She said, I'm a white, clean girl. I am a thoroughbred white girl. So she wanted you to know she's as white as can possibly be. And that you shouldn't put her in jail because of her whiteness. So why would a group of people who don't believe that there are any racial disparities, why would she be mentioning her white race as a means of a reason for her to not go to jail? The fact of the matter is they're very well aware of the system that they live in, and they're very well aware of the level of ignorance and low intellect that Black people exercise on a daily basis. So they know that they can simply just tell them anything, and as sure as it's coming out of the vile, beer drinking from a dead carcass, dog and horse dick sucking white person, they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine and they'll believe it. Because at the end of the day, in the minds of most Black people, white people really are God. And I'm going to need them to face that reality. You can disregard Jesus. You can throw away Christianity. You cannot be a Muslim. You can throw away Jehovah's Witness. You could miss me with being a Buddhist. Black people worship white people. That's just the reality of what it is. And if they didn't, again, we would be living a very different reality, because my proof in terms of the way that Black people act is based off of reality. Whenever Black people try to tell you, oh no, that's not the case, we don't worship them. Well, where is the proof of that? Because if you didn't worship them, would they be running around here asking you to coddle their feelings? Would they be running around here calling you racist because you promote Black love? Or would they be used to it and wouldn't bat an eye because they would already know you never once cared about their feelings? So there would be no reason for them to think you would care about it this time. And I promise you, if a white person is around me, they would never complain to me about anything that I'm saying, because they would know that the first time they were around me, I didn't care about their feelings, and I still don't care about their feelings. And I would be questioning, wait a minute, why are you next to me? Why are you talking to me? See, because I don't need to be around them. That's the thing. I don't need their approval, and that's what boggles my mind. I don't understand why Black people do. You can get, I don't care, you can give me hundreds of centuries of conditioning and try to brainwash me. That's not going to change the fact that I'm looking at your sunburned skin. I'm looking at the fact that you're 30 but you look 50. I'm noticing the fact that your population is declining because you can't get eggs to stick to the lining of your uterus. I'm not going to overlook the fact that white men's sperm count is decreased by 60% and Black men's is not. So we need to start looking at reality, and reality says is that if white people thought that there were no racial disparities and that your race didn't play a part in whether you go to jail, get charged, convicted, labeled a criminal or not, she wouldn't be bringing up her whiteness. She would not be bringing up her whiteness, but she reminded him, she said, hey, sir, let me remind you that I'm white. And so I shouldn't be going to jail. Save that for the Black people who are going to sit here and ignore the mass incarceration, and the Black men who are going to focus more on Black women's weaves than the fact that they're being disproportionately locked up. That's what she was reminding that officer of, and it worked. You guys let me know. Thanks for your support. I'll see you in the next video.